Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining this wonderful webinar on fear of failure versus fear of missing out. So, before proceeding, I would like to introduce Desai sir, Nilesh Desai sir, who is the founder and CEO of SME Analytics. He is an MSME expert and is the author of the book The Unexplored Gold Mine: The Opportunities in the Revival of the Sick MSMEs. He is fond of writing daily newsletters to spread awareness about the MSME world. Mr. Desai has a vast experience in the engineering industry. Mr. Desai has widespread knowledge in MSMEs, and he is working towards increasing the operational efficiency of the MSME units. He is a member in various committees and represents the interest of MSME. He has traveled extensively and has business associations in Australia. Sir, so Desai sir will continue with the webinar.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today, Happy New Year to everybody. Today is first time we are trying with a new format because today is holiday and we are working on this thing, fear of failure, which is today's topic, which is at this moment I am also passing through that because of if the technology fails, what will happen to the webinar? That is the question which is bothering me at this moment. And every entrepreneur will pass through the similar stages in his journey of entrepreneurship. So let me start with introduction of how the MSME ecosystem is there in India today and how many entrepreneurs are there, which can give you an indication of the possible failures and other things which we are going to discuss today. So the above topic of fear of failure and fear of missing out is about behavioral characteristics of the entrepreneur. The above topic is related to MSME. Hence, I will describe Indian MSME scenario first. Today, with change in definition of MSME, which includes retail and wholesale, also number of MSME in India are approximately 14.5 crores. So today, a large number of ecosystem is existing because of change in definition and many other sectors. This credit goes to basically COVID. Last year, we had suffered everybody because of COVID, and that has made government to come out with different policies to see that MSME gets a support, appropriate support. That was the reason the change in definition and many steps, proactive step has been taken by government for this purpose. So 14.5 crore MSME entrepreneurs are there in India, which is indicating the number of units or number of entrepreneurs who has passed through the various stages of this thing. With government focus on promoting MSME enterprise by providing Mundra loan, PM EGS, food processing at district level, ODOP, one district, one product, 7 to 10% growth year on year for next 5 years can be predicted. MSME sector generates employment at low capital cost per job. It indicates 14.5 crore and above entrepreneurs. This webinar will bring out two specific behavior characteristics of entrepreneur. Fear of failure and fear of missing out. Every entrepreneur passes through this every day. Every idea he generates, every new things he creates, and he picks up the signal from various society or various things happening around him. So today's topic is going to cover this thing. Before I move further, I would like to describe the characteristics of an entrepreneur. One of the characteristics of entrepreneur is courage to dare and not to be afraid of failures. So he is generally have got courage to dare, which is why that this topic becomes important. The desire to succeed and yet the readiness to cope up with challenges is the basis for entrepreneur on his path to success. Every entrepreneur passes through this. A lot of challenges he will pass through this. So let us start with FOF, fear of failure. I think most of the entrepreneurs, they must have passed through these stages, but they may not have defined that fear of failure or this thing in their routine life. And this has become a big behavioral study for a lot of researchers all over the world for last 30 or so years. Now, Elon Musk's name is very famous because of his car and many other innovative ventures. The latest venture is to put satellites and cover the whole world by telecommunication. So he says, if things are not falling, you are not innovating enough. See, in I am a Gujarati, and how the innovation starts, the need of something makes you to think differently, and that is what Elon Musk is also saying. If the things are not falling, you are not innovating enough. Guy Provincial faith, what he says, an entrepreneur must go with his faith, with his instinct, and have to worry as soon as everyone agrees with him. If everybody says the idea is good or whatever he is doing is good, there is something basically wrong. Entrepreneurship is to create something new in a place that it was not. If fountain pen was an invention when we were traveling in the space where the gravity is not there, the innovation of fountain pen to ball pen is one innovation which has come out of the need of necessity. If everyone thinks you are doing the right thing, you are not inventing anything new. That is why you shouldn't imitate someone else. If you have the feeling, faith and vision that this is what you want to do, you must do it. No matter how many times you fail on the way, go for it until the end. This is the entrepreneur. People who are waiting to be entrepreneurs are not really entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs jump to the water. Entrepreneurs takes the faith of his vision and jump into the water. He does not wait. Let the situation become corrected and all that. So that is what an entrepreneur is the correct. Fear of failure is an anticipated scenario analysis which entrepreneur does from his early knowledge based on the prevailing situation. See, entrepreneur also has to do a scenario analysis which will give the, any entrepreneur will do the scenario analysis on the basis of available information at that time and with him. And that is what he is trying to do. If he succeeded in his past because of awareness of his decision, he reviews his experiment capacity because possible fear of failure, and because of this syndrome, his team also moves in this. So, suppose earlier he has taken some right decision and he succeeded, then he may not be ready to take next step because this success makes him to not to experiment much, and that may create a situation where his innovationness or his decision making gets crowded. So, so next slide, please. So let us continue with fear of failure. This thing, success is the goal of every entrepreneur, but alongside the chances of success, there should be a tolerance for failure also. See, in ecosystem in America or Silicon Valley, the failed entrepreneur gets funding faster because at least he knows okay, because of this reason he will not travel on that way, which will give him the more marks to get venture capitalists invest in him. So it is not necessary condition, but the chances increases considerably if he is able to understand why he has failed, and he can correct these decisions so that next time he does not make the similar mistake. Now with India, 14.5 crore entrepreneurs, India has shown the path of entrepreneurs in them. And in 5,000 years of Indian civilization, there are many examples of bankruptcy. But with internet and social media, along with Y2K problems, Indian entrepreneurship has matured. And at least at last count, there are about 100 unicorns are there in startup ecosystem. This is indicating the change in entrepreneurship. And this startup unicorns has created ecosystem for angel investor, early seed funder to private equity players and incubator accelerator. Thus the ecosystem has matured. Today also our Prime Minister was telling the India is becoming a startup nation. If the fear of failure would have ruled the entrepreneurs ecosystem, we would not have become startup country as we are today. See, this 100 startup unicorns has created the opportunity for innovators, entrepreneurs with new ideas and many other things. It can be, see, if you just read the story of Thyrocare, Mr. Velumani, he was very poor entrepreneur, very poor in his early days, and in Visakhapatnam, on the beach, a lot of idli vendors were there, and he could locate one vendor who was selling pickles. Then what he did, he added the pickle in the idli on the top, and he was a success. And like that, he has taken many steps in his life. And today, Velumani has become a brand ambassador for entrepreneurship in India. And recently, Thyrocare was sold to somebody at 3,000 to 5,000 crore rupees valuation. And this has been possible because he has taken, he has not been afraid of failure. He has taken calculated risk in his journey of entrepreneurship. Next slide, please. Now, see, this is a graph you should see very this thing. The courage to dare as a function of knowledge. If you have got little knowledge or a lot of knowledge on y-axis, and on x-axis, little to a lot of knowledge in the field. See, entrepreneur has got partial knowledge, he starts, but if the knowledge increases, then his risk ability is reducing. Again, once he starts being successful, it is his entrepreneurship skill increases. The graph shows that entrepreneurs' innocence, because of lack of knowledge and lack of understanding of the challenge, is expected in realizing the idea for the venture. It shows clear advantage. It allows entrepreneur to break through where others don't even dare. See, if innovative ideas come because of this. Next slide, please. How fear helps and hurts entrepreneur. See, fear also many times is a positive indicator. Also, it demotivates entrepreneur in his journey. Various research done in the fear of failure have identified 7 sources of fear. Not all fear are created equal. The source of the fear is important. Research identified 7 sources of fear: financial security, ability to fund the venture, personal ability / self-esteem, threats to social esteem, the venture's ability to execute, and opportunity cost. These are few, but main 7 sources of fear. And if you can balance in between, like the entrepreneur is walking on a rope, you will be able to find out a way forward for your entrepreneurship to go up. Next slide, please. Fourth strategy that enables entrepreneurs to ensure the fear of failure works positively. See, as I said earlier, fear of failure also has got positiveness. So emotional self-monitoring and control. This is very critical. Many times the entrepreneur swings in between the emotions and how to control that. This ability can be learned, or you can train yourself that emotions does not come in the way of your venture. Problem solving. This is again an important thing. You should identify the problem and define the problem, and then work out the various methodology of solving. This happens in everyday walk of life. So problems solving is a very critical skill. Learning. He should be open to learn new things suitable to his venture. If he says that I have learned enough and I don't want to learn, that will be again creating a fear of failure. And seeking support. This is very critical. See, there are mentors and advisors who can give you idea, a more thoughtful process, and they should be ready to take mentorship that can take help from society at large, his friends, his relatives with a different skill set, but he should be open to discuss his idea. One of the things which I have found in many startup entrepreneurs, I have got a brilliant idea, but I will not discuss with. So there is one book known as Die Empty, where 3 people are discussing which is the richest country, richest place in the world. Somebody says South Africa because diamonds are made there, or because Saudi Arabia because a lot of oil is found. Third fellow says it is Kabristan, where suppose if you do not discuss your idea, it dies with you and goes buried. Suppose addition, after trying 10,000 items to make the bulb, if we could have not tried next item, probably we would not have enjoying the bulb what has been invented. So this is very critical for your capacity, but don't take blind risk, take calculated risk. This fear of failure should work positively to your venture. Next slide, please. See, we have discussed enough for fear of failure. Now, another syndrome in entrepreneur is FOMO, that is known as fear of missing out. See, every entrepreneur or every human in his life passes through this because he always tries to compare himself with his immediate peers, and then he has achieved this, I did not achieve this, and all that kind of this thing. So he tries to take a lot of opportunity, which without even doing more homework. Homework is very critical. So let me read out the definition. Entrepreneur is pursued to maximize his goal. He is continuously in search of opportunities, and in the process, he loses his sight from his main goal, and he does not reach anywhere. And so fear of missing out, you can see it in the picture. Next slide, please. Continuing this, after the invent of internet and social media, the syndrome of FOMO is much talked about behavioral phenomena. Let us define FOMO. Generally, all entrepreneurs think that they shouldn't miss out any opportunity that could have changed their lives. See, a lot of opportunities will come when you try to run your own enterprise, but you should be able to identify whether it connects with your goal. The opportunity can be an idea or an investor or anything matters to launching or growing the business. So if you lose out something, because if you are continuously focusing on your goal, then you may reduce the fear of missing out. As an entrepreneur, you should accept that entrepreneurship is all about success, failure, and missed opportunity. Many entrepreneurs will miss out. I did not buy this land. It was available at this cost. I had the money, but I did not have conviction. So these are the problems every entrepreneur, every human faces. It is good to be ambitious and seek opportunities, but don't let this become an obsession. See, many times, whatever is coming in your way, you try to grab it, and ultimately you will not be reaching anywhere. So, next question, next slide, please. Sometimes it is better to turn down an opportunity. Many times also you will find that if you have turned down, it will be helpful. So saying will come. You have to take the leap of faith and learn to say no. See, many opportunities you will have to say no with this thing, because your ultimate goal is something. Kenny Nguyen advises his peers to focus on right opportunity and not every opportunity. He is saying very clearly, right opportunity and not every opportunity. Because of this internet and social media, your knowledge availability has considerably increased, and a lot of things you will locate and then try to relate how you can use that idea or that advertisement or many such things which are available to your venture. You should be able to pick what is right for your goal. There is an old saying, slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. You cannot achieve a lot of things. And if you slow and steadily, you will be doing something right. You will win the race. So please come out of FOMO. It is advisable to take small steps and begin your journey. FOMO in entrepreneurship is good as long as it does not make you depressed, stressful, or restless. See, recently I have faced the same problem. We had taken participation in ICIA, and under social innovation category, I thought my venture will get a award or something. And but till last, I did not get my name, and I got depressed. I told my team to see that we wind up and go. And then last announcement was there, and we were called on the podium. But by the time I was so much depressed, I could not enjoy the name coming and going to the podium in front of 300 or 500 people crowd. And this is what, see, FOMO has got this disadvantage. It makes you depressed, stressless, stressful, or restless. If you can have a serious, it can have a serious impact on our mental and physical well-being. So if you try to take so many things and this thing, then there will be a mental and physical well-being. In next slide, I'll explain you that research. Please, next slide, please. How to deal with fear of missing out as an entrepreneur. Before I deal with it, let me explain shiny object syndrome. Shiny object syndrome is the tendency to continuously chase new trends, new opportunities, and new ideas without evaluating their benefit first. Please understand that everything is which is bright is not gold. See, in our this thing, there are saying, okay, everything which shines is not a gold. It can be brass also, or it can be something else. So don't make the tendency that every opportunity comes to you, you should encash it or you should work on it. Next slide, please. How to deal with fear out as an entrepreneur continued. Following are few points to ponder. Do something you are good at. Please understand, it is not the passion. You should find out, okay, where what is that you can do good. Passion and skill are two different coin, and every entrepreneur will have to understand he is good at what, and then he has to build on that. Limit social media usage. This is again in millennium entrepreneurs, this is a big problem. They want to use social media to maximum. Recently, I went to a college for interviewing few students, and in their 20s, they have started their online marketing things. And I was really surprised whether they have done their homework properly or not. But because social media exposure, because of low cost of data and smartphone, has reached every nook and corner. So young boys about 20s, they were trying to do that. Social media is one of the biggest thing that causes FOMO or shiny object syndrome. As a lot of information comes out of the social media, and entrepreneur continuously trying to search out new opportunities, this can be a source of distraction. That is why limit your social media usage. This thing. There is already another time. See, another one more thing is there is already another time. So if you miss out today, that opportunity may come back after few months or few years. You by the time you will be more matured, you will have a more knowledge of the subject, and you can encash it. Every opportunity has not to be pursued, otherwise you will be missing your core strength where you can grow your enterprise. See, this is what I repeatedly. So fear of failure and fear of missing out is and every entrepreneur every day faces this, and he has to evaluate every opportunity from point of his goal, what he wants to reach or where he wants to reach. Next slide, please. FOMO may be a true liability for millennial entrepreneurs. See, this is again average life of entrepreneur has reduced considerably. Early stages in 80s and 90s, average life, average age of starting a new venture was 35 or 36. They had got a lot of grinding in corporate world before they jump into become an entrepreneur. But now young boys coming out of the college who are in their 20s or they are born after around 2000, they start this and millennial, and they are called as millennial entrepreneurs. Millennial entrepreneurs have grown with overburden of choice of internet and social media, and they want to engage all the opportunity which generally will not be because of shortage of various resources, including that short-term and long-term goals. In an interview with Fortune, Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, said, people think focus means saying yes to the thing you have got to focus on. But that is not what it means at all. It means saying no to the 100 other good ideas that there are. So you have to pick very carefully what is suitable to your venture. It is smarter to let several lucrative opportunities with the greatest potential. When entrepreneurs eliminate distraction and focus solely on their primary goals, they become far more likely to turn those dreams into realities. See, this is again, see, you should have a clear goal when you start, and then don't get distracted because a lot of opportunity with this overburdened knowledge of internet and a lot of available data and available things. There is nothing it should not distract you anywhere. Next slide, please. How millennium entrepreneurs can beat FOMO. Focus starts at home. This is very critical. See, many millennial entrepreneurs or old entrepreneurs also, what they mix up their finances. They do not provide enough money for their house expenditure, and they try to bring in every penny in the venture, and they create a problem in their personal life, or the venture may not grow. So that should be a financial discipline, time discipline, and resources discipline, which millennium entrepreneurs or every entrepreneur should follow. Downtime is not at all bad. If the research shows entrepreneur in early stages of his venture try to work very, very hard, and the research has shown more than 55 hours a week. If you work on a single project, it creates a mental distraction, or you feel tired or fatigued. So you should take enough care of allocating your time to your venture. Work-life balance. COVID has shown very clearly when we had a lockdown, and now we are coming out of that this thing. Mental health of many people have gone very bad. It has become stressful. So downtime is not at all bad. You could take rest. Big opportunities deserves big investment. See, big opportunities will come in your way. Maintain a sharp focus by dedicating everything to the pursuit of a single goal. If the opportunity is big enough, you won't feel any FOMO at all, only an insatiable desire to succeed. If you keep one single big opportunity in your sight, and you will be able to give 100% focus and resources to that, this will help millennial entrepreneurs to beat FOMO. Next slide, please. So recently, HiCI has awarded us one of the hot 10 startups of 2021, and this has given a renewed vigor to my team and myself to work on how do we serve MSME better, because our own feeling is, next slide please. Our own feeling is 1969 we nationalized our banks, and from that time, by definition, MSME was defined as plant and machinery. But nobody has thought the assets created, because no manufacturing unit or service unit can come without land, building, power, etc., furniture, fixtures, computers, and all that has not been calculated. So if we take our estimate says the asset created will be somewhere around 300 to 400 lakh crores, which is much higher than our stock market capitalization. But if we can improve their operational efficiency by 5% year on year without much capex, we can add 3 to 4 crore low skill jobs without much capex. So this is what we are trying to do. This slide shows that we have developed a Babaji tool where we, which is meaning business analytics, business documentation, and growth information system. Here we do analysis of your balance sheet and give you 55 ratios. Today our entrepreneur generally thinks of two things. At the end of the year, he goes to the chartered accountant to understand his tax liabilities, and with the same balance sheet, he tries to get more debt from the bank. But he should understand that if he can improve his operational efficiency, he can earn better profitability from available resources. We also provide mentorship and advisory services to startup and MSME unit. And ultimately, we want to develop a Z score, which for MSME to manage insolvency risk and also reduce rate of growth of NPA in banking sector. Next slide, please. See, these are the services what we offer, and Babaji tool already out told operational efficiency. I have told we can help you in data analytics, mentorship, digital transformation support, financial advisory, CFO service, fundraising, and IPO advisory services. So these are the broad spectrum of our services which we can offer. Next slide, please. I request everybody to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which are continuously every week we come out with a webinar on this for last 2.5 years to help MSME and to come out with a better solution for them. Next slide, please.
Yes, sir. It's over now. I mean,
Thank you,
presentation.
everybody. Now we are open for question answer.
Yeah, so thank you, sir, for the wonderful session, for the wonderful insight you have given about fear of failure and fear of missing out. So I'll go with the questions right now posted by the audience. The first question is, what if I fail? How will I recover? Failure is inevitable if you...
First thing, you don't start with the that I will fail. Do your homework, whatever available knowledge, do little research, and please surround yourself with the positive people. Society in general may come out with the negative things. They can show you 1,000 ways why you will not succeed. But you should have faith in your idea or your venture and put 100% of your resources in that, and success will definitely come. Not today, at least tomorrow it will come. Have faith in your idea, do your homework, do your research, and don't forget, mentoring can help you wonderfully well. And nowadays, another trend which is coming up is a reverse mentoring. Say today, my age is 70 and I do not know technology much. So I should not hesitate to go to somebody who is in 20s, but expert in the field of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and all that. So I should be open to learn and take reverse mentoring also. Thank you. Next question, please.
It's not a question, but Mr. Rangarao Chundru, he has mentioned, if failure occurs, you can analyze yourself alternative ways of find out to recover. Risk analysis has to be carried out in business to analyze the risk probability.
I think what Rangaraoji says is very right. See, failure is giving you an opportunity that what you have missed in working, because while you try, you learn. And that knowledge, extra knowledge, will allow you to re-evaluate and re-risk the idea, and you can correct that. So that correction, continuous correction, and having a faith in your idea is the basic trait of entrepreneurship. Next question.
Yes, next is...
Yeah, he want to talk something, Rangaraoji.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I want to tell the audience. So risk analysis, one of the probable way of to come out from the risk, because risk is inevitable, because you are risk at a COVID-19, you are risk at a business, you are risk at a financial constraint, and what you have to do is, what is the probability of risk? Then you have to make a risk mapping. Then whether the risk is a severe, whether the risk is a moderate, or risk is a non-sensible. Then you can able to find out the mitigation analysis. There you can have minimize your business risk. Then thank you, sir. You have given a very good quote. When the failure is not there, innovation is not there. Rightly
Yes.
said. The Elon Musk has quoted
Yes.
your.
Yes.
Yeah, because all are innovative. Then one of the important area, digital transformation. Because digital transformation will revolution the small and medium enterprise. People are missing that because of the fear. You are rightly said. Because of the fear, people are not venturing into the new ideas. So when you are in a fear, you are not in a position to innovate yourself. But innovate yourself.
Okay. Is there any technical problem?
I think he went off. I mean, his audio is not.
Okay. So let us go to
Audible.
next.
Potential of the new area
Uh-huh.
where people can be innovate, people can catch the new ideas, people can find out the new business opportunities. Then only they will succeed. But failure is there in any business. But don't fear about your failure. But you can succeed. So many companies are failed. If you see the Microsoft has failed, even Apple also failed. Then Reliance also failed to come out in the marketing of the petrol bunks. They are failed, but they are not stopped. But they are into the geo. Now you can see the geo how they have transformed their business. So they are into the different strategies. So strategy is one of the area where medium and small enterprises can be transform themselves and get into the new markets. So thank you, sir, for your very good presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next question,
Yes.
please.
Somebody has raised the hand. Please, can you share what you want to share? Galaxy M31.
Ask him to put the question in the chat box if
Sir,
he is not able to come.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Sir, I am Ramakrishna Rao. Namaste, Dasha Saab. Namaste.
Namaste.
Sir, main MSME is facing problem is because finance problem, sir. Main, no banker, no other people are not giving. 80% of the units are facing problems only because of the finance. And enterprises are not getting finance. They are facing fear of failure. This is the main problem. How do we have to solve this one?
Ramakrishna ji, we look at the problem from a different eyes. Just go back when you started your project, you have submitted a project report and everybody thinks the finance is the ultimate solution. My belief is that finance is a tool and somewhere either entrepreneur or the ecosystem has not allowed that tool to be used properly. And I have seen in my practically 50 years life, we don't have a deep understanding of finances, and we mix our personal finance with our enterprise finance, and then we come in problem. Short-term finance, long-term finance. Many entrepreneurs have failed because they have diverted short-term funds for long-term use. I am a strong believer, apna haath Jagannath. So we have become indirectly parasites. The bank has not done this, government has not done it. What did we do for ourselves in our venture? That is the question. If every entrepreneur asks, then there is a possibility of finding out a new innovative solution. Finance is a problem. See, but when we prepared our own project report, did we prepare our project report ourselves, or we have taken help of somebody who does not know and who has done the financial engineering according to the bank's need and other things? Let us ask ourselves. I strongly feel many entrepreneurs, because this branch manager power is 50 lakhs. So let me fit my project in 50 lakhs, and which has created a trouble. So underfinancing has been a big problem because of various reasons. See, yesterday or day before yesterday, I was in Sangareddy and I met one girl, and she says that she has done the research for 2.5 years. She is well traveled, and she is in software also. In earlier, before starting her venture, she did her homework very well, and see 40 lakhs figure of sales, but her target is to reach 1 crore next year. That is indicating the clarity of thought the entrepreneur has not had it in her thinking process. And she has worked her homework, how she is going to do that. That is what many entrepreneurs who have started early, see in 70s, 80s, 90s, they are facing this problem because the ecosystem was evolving. Now, see why startups are more successful and why 100 unicorns have come out. One unicorn is 7 lakh, $1 billion valuation. See, that was unthinkable earlier. So, and we are not using, as Rangaraoji was saying, digital transformation and financial management, human capital management, this everything if we can do, then we will be able to be having more success. I hope I have answered
Yeah.
your question, Mr. Ramakrishna ji.
Yes, sir. I too, sir.
Yeah,
I
this
agree.
is the,
But the only
Yes, sir.
problem is
yeah,
one
this is,
Yes, sir.
yeah, this is, sir, can I add something on this one?
Yeah, please go ahead. See, it's an interactive session.
Please start me
Yeah.
Hindi.
Yeah. One is actually there is a problem for the finance nowadays. Many online financial services are available. Many startup companies are there offering the small finance, 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, or 10 lakhs. So don't go for a bank. If the bank is refused, you find out various non-banking financial institutions are there, startups are there. They are offering the small investment, so that will reach you. And another thing, those who are having a problem with the finance, better to find out your unnecessary inventory. So inventory is killing you. So there is a non-moving items are there. Many material is lying at the stores, so they are not idle cost will be there. So when you dispose it off, when unnecessary material, you can get some revenue on that. Similarly, scrap. You see the last 6 months or 1 year, copper and iron, all these scrap rate increased double. So suppose if you see 24 rupees or 40 rupees, even 40 rupees also it touches. So whenever you are having a waste material, that should be disposed of, so that you can get some enough money and you can clean your factory so thoroughly, then only you can get some advantage. Thank you, sir.
Rangaraoji,
Yeah.
my next webinar is
Yeah.
on churn or burn, where I am
Yes,
going
yes.
to take about 18 or 19 points, which our entrepreneur's ego, churn or burn, that will be next Saturday on 8th. Let us continue
Okay.
with the more questions. Somebody wants to ask question.
Yeah, thank you for the question and answer session. So I'll go for the questions which are there. Is fear of failure or fear of missing out a solution or a solution towards a problem, or really a problem?
See, according to me, it's a swing. It's a fear of failure as well as fear of missing out is a swinging action. Entrepreneurs every day passes through that, and many times he does not recognize his own this thing. So he will have to seriously look into his behavioral pattern, why these kind of things are happening, and he can do more and more homework and start taking action. Many times for months together we discuss, but we don't take action. That is another problem in some of the MSME sector I have noticed, including when I was an entrepreneur. Kal karenge, parso karenge, that kind of feeling was there because we were not ready to take, there were a lot of uncertainties and we were not ready to evaluate that uncertainty with the goal. Because many entrepreneurs who have started in 70s and 80s are not clear of the goal except roti, kapda and makan. Now that has changed practically. The wealth making has also come as one of the criteria. Roti, it has gone beyond roti, kapda, makan, and it has come to social benefits, environment benefits, many things have been added, but yet it has not percolated down to MSME entrepreneurship in turnover range up to 50 crores. 50 to 250 crores, there are some industry 4.0 things are coming up. Can we go to next question? Because time will be running short.
Yes, yes. So next is by Dr. K. Bhanu Prakash. He has just put up a statement: AI-powered MSMEs and MSME finalytics repose faith and entrepreneurial spirit among MSME-preneurs.
I agree with you, Dr. Bhanu Prakash. And see, the idea of this webinar has come out with my own experiences and my own swings. And then I did some research. And now, without adopting technological solutions, it is not, as Mr. Rangarao also was telling, fintech startups are plenty of fintech startups are coming, and they have got a different AI-based algorithm which can give a rating, and where your cost of finances can be determined. And it is not that financial rating only. They take input from various data, including your social media, your this thing. They today, with AI based, they can predict many things which was not apparent a few years back, not forget about decades back, few years back. So that is the power of AI. And definitely, when I want to develop a Z score, where a problem with Z score in MSME is very clear, how do I factor behavioral pattern of entrepreneur in my formula, see, so that entrepreneur can be cautioned 3-4 years in advance when he is developing weakness. So thank you, Dr. Bhanu Prakash, and I am interested to meet you before I go to Australia next week. Thank you.
That's it, sir. I mean, the questions are no more there.
So thank you everybody for participating
sir,
on this thing.
One more question, last question. What should I care for more, FOF or FOMO?
According to me, you should balance between fear of failure and fear of missing out, and you should have a clear goal, which is a driving force, like petrol in your car or scooter. It should drive you continuously toward that goal. Don't look every opportunity which comes on the way, because today, with so many changes, every second or every half second technology is changing, and many opportunities will come. And you should work around your core strength, and innovation continuously should be a thing, and try. I tell my people, my staff also, I don't mind if you fail, but if you don't try, I will definitely get angry with you. See, because so much can be done, and there is a limitation of a knowledge. When I studied my engineering practically 45 years back, so there are a lot of things which has changed. Every half second technology is changing. So keep your goals clear and don't put like roti kapda makan. Be specific, be working out, do your homework properly, and you will reduce the swing between FOF and FOMO. Okay. So can we have a closing remark?
Yeah, can I add something on this one, sir?
Yeah,
FOF or
please go
FOM?
ahead. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Don't fear about FOF or FOM. You innovate yourself or you transform yourself. You can do SWOT analysis. Definitely, you are the master of any business. So the risk is there, but don't fear about the risk. Then you have to analyze the risk, and you can have a innovate yourself. Definitely, MSME will take into a next level. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. My next webinar on 8th will be on the churn or burn, because see, common sense, I say common sense has become uncommon nowadays, and entrepreneur, either in his ego or this thing, he misses out so many things where it can affect his longevity and sustainability. So next webinar will be on the topic of churn or burn. I would like everybody who has put this, who has joined this webinar to give me a feedback. Today we have tried different technology. I am at my home, my staff are at different places, and still we are able to project. So where are the improvements which we can do? I will request the feedback from all of my audience. And thank you. Happy New Year to everybody. And next week I will see that more interesting topic I can come out, churn or burn. Thank you. Goodbye. Take care.